Welcome back to Tech by Pike. Today we are taking an in-depth look at the Asus ROG Zephyrus 14-inch gaming laptop. We did an unboxing video not too long ago and have that posted. We take a look at the chassis, the I/O, the internals. But now we're going to be talking about the benchmarking. We're going to do some gaming. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the features this laptop comes with. But first, let's talk about the specs. This comes with the AMD Ryzen 6900HS, that's 16 threads, AMD Radeon 6700S, 8 gigs GDDR6 at around 80 watts at 105 watts with SmartShift. Comes with the 14-inch WQXGA 120 hertz display at around 500 nits of brightness, 16 gigs of DDR5 memory, 8 gigs of that, 16 gigs is slotted, the other 8 is soldered to the motherboard. We got a 1 terabyte PCIe Gen 4 SSD, a Wi-Fi 6E, has a 720p camera, which we will get into, and then it has that single zone backlighting for the keyboard. It's RGB. And so we'll take a look at that as well. Anyway, without any further ado, let's go ahead and just get right into it. To configure the laptop performance based on what you're doing, you could hit the Armory Crate button, which is the M4 button on the keyboard, or you can launch it from the taskbar here. We'll just go ahead and hit cancel that. You could go from Windows, Silent, Performance, Turbo to Manual. We like Turbo when we're going to go gaming. You have your CPU stats, your GPU stats. You can monitor fan speeds, memory, and storage. And if you hit the arrow over here, you can also do GPU stats all the way up to max TPG, 90 watts at the moment. 90 watts. And then here is the MUX switch. You can go from MS Hybrid to dedicated graphics card, which does require you to restart the laptop. There's so much more that you can discover within Armory Crate. Aura wallpaper, you can check out RSync, and there's some link apps that you can do here, and I think there's also some kind of news updates. There you go. You can set up profiles based on the game that you're playing. Here's the Asus ROG Zephyrus 14-inch gaming laptop, 720p camera, and mic. Not too bad for conferencing calls. You can kind of hear my typing a little bit. We're going to use some no copyright music here off of YouTube to test the speakers out. Here we go. So we did some screen tests with our Spider X Pro, and we got, as a result, 100% of sRGB, 89% of Adobe RGB, and 99% of P3. We started out our synthetic benchmarking starting with 3D Mark. And with our time SPI score, we got a graphics score of 8,247, a CPU score of 10,437, and then a overall score of 8,515. With our Firestrike benchmarking, we got a graphics score of 23,959. Physics score was 26,398, and combined score was 10,202. And then we got a legendary score for online comparison of 21,373, so it's fantastic. We got a CPU profile score. You can see them here with max threads all the way to one thread here with 939. If you can't see it here, that's what that score is. And then we also did some storage benchmarking. Our score was at 2,261 compared to online average was around 2,000. Our Cinebench scores, CPU multi-core score was 13,657, and then our CPU single core score was 1,571 points. So we're going to break out our spreadsheet here of the in-game benchmarking tools for numerous games that we have played in the past. One being Shadows of the Tomb Raider, F1 2020, Red Dead Redemption, and Horizon Zero Dawn. And for Shadows of the Tomb Raider, for this particular laptop, our maximum of FPS was 96, average was 64, and minimum was 53. F1 2020, we got a max of 224, average of 186, and a minimum of 123. Red Dead Redemption, we got a max of 100 FPS, average was around 45 FPS, and minimum was 27 FPS. And then Horizon Zero Dawn, we got a max of 107 FPS, average was 60, and minimum was around 41 FPS for that game. Some of the games we played was Cyberpunk and Destiny 2. For Cyberpunk, we're getting on average with the game set on high settings and the mux switch to the dedicated graphics between 35 and 45 FPS. And then with Destiny 2, our average FPS was 96 to about 105. During gaming or heavy load on the laptop, the screen, right where the vents kind of push air out, it got up to about 42.5 Celsius on average. The palm rest was around 20.5 Celsius, and then the keyboard underneath the screen would get to around 37.9 to 38 Celsius. The fans got pretty loud during gaming. I would say probably on average between 56 and 58 decibels. So that's the Asus ROG Zephyrus 14-inch gaming laptop. What can I say about the actual chassis? It hasn't changed really all that much from last year. Still comes with a micro SD card slot, which I wish was full size. It does come with this dot matrix here. There's a foil underneath that when light hits it, you can get these rainbow colors, makes the laptop pop a little bit. Has this nice silver accent here at the bottom of the lid when lifted, so that's kind of a neat little thing. And they're still shipping these out with one memory DIMM soldered to the motherboard. I wish there were two open slots for better memory upgradability. Comes with lots of venting to keep this laptop cool while playing AAA games. The only thing that was a little bit of a red flag was the heat dispersion here at the top, right at the top of the keyboard here where it hit the screen. It got pretty hot. I don't know if that's a big issue. I remember it being the same scenario as last year, but boy, did it get really hot. We were getting some pretty high temps there. Like the trackpad, the keyboard was pretty decent, so there is that. Comes with a mux switch, so that is fantastic news for gamer enthusiasts. I really like that. We got this laptop on the Best Buy website for about $1,800. I should have checked last year's model starting price, but I have a sneaky suspicion, if I remember right, I'll have to check it, but I think it was like maybe $100 to $200 less than it is this year starting, so that might be something I need to follow up on. But it could be just because this laptop has the upgraded components, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I'll check that out. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this from Tech by Pike, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it, helps the channel. Not only that, it gives us an opportunity to bring more videos like this to you. And for that, we thank you. We'll see you in the next one.